In the VGE, you'll note that we have multiple IPs or PVIs being created along the start of our cul-de-sac and also towards the end of our cul-de-sac. To assist further, if you have multiple screens, I suggest you put your vertical grading editor onto another screen so you can see this. We're just going to move this to one side so we can see what's happening. As I move my mouse and track along the start of the profile of the vertical grading editor, you can see that the points terminate at the center point. This is the automatic calculation of levels. We told the software to compute the elevations projected from the center line up to the center point change of row 2. We've also got the same happening along the other end. Now, we are not able to edit these PVIs. If I left click on one of them, you'll see that the ribbon is entirely grayed out. If I click on close and then choose delete IP or PVI, left click close to one, you'll see that it's protected. We do not want to delete these, even though it is offering us the chance to. We're going to say no. We may want to reduce the level of automation because we may want to change maybe the low point position that's currently within our cul-de-sac. To do this, we actually have to reduce the amount of automation along the start and the end of our cul-de-sac. So to do this, what we're going to do is go to the network strings pull down, click on the cul-de-sac button, and then this time, rather than pressing enter to create a new cul-de-sac, we're going to left click close to the alignment of our currently created cul-de-sac. If we go across to the right hand side for the string design, you can see that we're calculating the levels up to the center point chainage. What we might do is look at where it says the start chainage, which is currently around 1140 feet, and actually round this number off. So we might decide, well, we only want to automate for a very, very short distance. Let's type in 1142. So really, we're looking at around 3 feet of automation. We might do the same on the other side. Type in 1142. Once you've done that, you need to click on Create Update String and then click on Close. You'll see as soon as we do that, the vertical grading it updates, and we've got a very small amount of automation, meaning that everything else in between we can design and override. Now, you may remember when we started editing the vertical design of a curb return, we were overriding the automatic design that was being used. Everything currently inside this cul-de-sac is being calculated automatically by the software. So the instantaneous grade that's being calculated at this point at the start and this point at the end is being projected in, and a vertical curve is being generated for us. This is being managed via the Auto Design button. We click on that, you can see that there is automatic redesign. If we go ahead and make changes to this vertical curve, say for example we delete, you'll see that the design status has now been set back to user design, and we have our white circles, meaning that we have overridden the automatic design. If at any point you want to come in and change this, you can do, but what we're going to do is set the user design back to automatic redesign and click on Apply and Exit. To have this reapplied, we do need to go back to the network strings pull down, click on cul-de-sac, choose the cul-de-sac, and you'll see that actually as we've done this, the cul-de-sac geometry has already been reinstated back to automatic. Click on Close to close down the cul-de-sac form. Now we've had a quick look at the vertical profile, we're just going to look at a cross section. So anywhere within the vertical grading editor, we can right click. Once you've generated a cross section, feel free to position it onto another screen if you want. I'm just going to go and change the display and the exaggeration of my cross section to 2 and scroll out a little bit so we can see what's going on. We can see the inclusion of the LDUM code. Because we chose auto, the software has generated this code for us, and this is positioned onto the center line of our cul-de-sac. Following that, we have subgrade, which we'll look at very, very shortly, and we have our template following on from that with our daylight. We're going to access the design data form for our cul-de-sac just to show you how we can manage what's being created here. So we're going to go to the Home tab on the cross-section window, and we're going to click on the Design Data Form button. Again, this is just a quick way of opening it up rather than going via the ribbon every time. This works in exactly the same way as the curb return. We have a template which we can override if we wish, We have batters or daylight, which are currently being generated from our active settings. And we have our subgrade definition as well, which is currently using row 1, which is absolutely fine. So if at any point you want to come in and manage your cul-de-sac, you can do it via the design data form. Because this is a network string, it's subject to the same tools that we used for managing the curb return and the road string. So if we wanted to delete the cul-de-sac, update the cul-de-sac, choose a different surface for the cul-de-sac, which is being referenced in the background, we can do that via the tools on the edit panel. Most importantly, if you want to rename your cul-de-sac, you need to make sure that you use the rename tool found on the edit panel. This will rename your alignment and your string. Close down the forms on screen.